I'm Kelsey Peterson, and I live in LaPointe, Wisconsin. And I am a writer and a filmmaker and a new podcaster. Stay tuned. I'm a dancer, choreographer. It took me probably 5 years to start claiming the identity as a person with a disability. Um, I think I was injured when I was 27 years old. Um, and my identity before then was very much about what I could do with my body. I was a dancer my whole life. But I think for anyone facing such a huge change in acquiring a disability, especially one, that's pretty profound, like where you lose so much sensation and function. I'm a C6 quadriplegic, so I don't have function or sensation from the chest down, and I don't have control of my hands. Um, and so for me, it was just like such a dramatic change. And I think my life was so unknowingly wrapped up in ableism and internalized ableism for sure. And so it took me a long time to feel like the word disability wasn't a bad word. It took me a long time to feel proud of that identity, feel some um, dignity and earned respect and love and community that like pushed me into a place where I could accept that identity and own it and feel the like all of the things that come with that. When you're disabled, or I'll just speak to my experience. When you acquire a disability, everything changes. And for my family, they also have had to adapt with me. And it's been hard for everyone. It's been a huge adjustment for everyone and a huge learning experience for everyone to try to understand what this means, needs, deserves. Um, and so every one of my relationships has been affected. Um, I think it's so tricky because like I think the people who think that they know you the most kind of or who have known you the longest take it for granted the most that you're a evolving, changing human being. And so they kind of don't do the work to know and understand who you are in this moment. And while my family has done a lot and tried to show up for me, there's also those elements of like the shortcomings and how it shows up in your relationships and how they treat you and how they see you or don't see you, and how you get excluded or certain things aren't like especially when it comes to accessibility in people's homes or including me in like trips and stuff. There's just so many nuances to um how people can show up. And so I think when like for me the biggest thing is that like I have to remind them that I now have an identity that you don't know much about. And in the beginning, it was like, I own this new identity. I'm this new version of myself now as a person with a disability that you don't know anything about. And so, in order to love me, you have to do the work to understand what that identity means. I absolutely think of myself as part of the disability community, and it means a lot to me. I think since I was able to claim the word disability and feel like that's a important and beautiful part of my identity, it has changed everything for me. And the more that I connect with my community, the more that I feel empowered by who I am and what my disability has taught me, given me. Um, so for me to be a part of this community has been a game changer for really living an embodied life, making relationships and learning about what it means to be disabled and how that's always changing and how I can show up for myself, how I can advocate for myself, how I can learn and show up for my people is everything to me. Not just for like bringing my best self forward, but also to know that like I'm positively affecting the people around me in some way, whether it's disabled or non disabled people.